Hey, how's it going? On this episode of Home Water Dispatch, I'm at the 11th World Recreational Fishing Conference. This time it's being held in South Africa. We're on the Eastern Cape, on the coast, in a beautiful environment where lots of recreational fishing happens. The conference is being held here over a 4-day period, and it's being attended by over 180 delegates from 27 countries around the world, which is pretty impressive, including Japan, Australia, the United States, the UK, lots of countries in Africa. Great African representation here, and which represents sort of this growing importance of recreational fishing in Africa and in other parts of the world. Now, it's the first day of the conference was amazing, sort of full range of topics. I'll get to those in a second, but the fact that there is a dedicated world conference on recreational fishing should say a lot. It really represents the fact that recreational angling is a very important and growing sector in sort of leisure activities. It's a driver of the economy in many regions around the world. There are so many reasons why a dedicated conference on recreational fishing is important. And it's really, at the end of the day, it's all about trying to think about the role of recreational fishing as a important factor that, again, contributes a lot to the global economy, the local economy, regional economies, and people's health and well-being. The motivations in terms of why people go fishing are so diverse, and that actually creates a very complex social ecological system, and what we call, and recreational fishing is that. And again, that emphasizes why there's such a need for a dedicated conference focused on recreational fishing. Who's here? Scientists that do science on recreational fishing, catch and release, harvest rates, regulations, the social science behind why people go fishing, monitoring movement patterns of recreationally targeted species. It's across the board, so I've got, like today's list of different presentations through different, there's different concurrent sessions. I can't remember how many talks, there's a lot of talks. Things based on like how recreational fishing can influence the genetic structure of fish populations, thinking about the range of things, satisfaction to strategy, angler satisfaction, and how that influences compliance rates when it comes to regulations, digitizing data collection and monitoring in recreational fisheries, global monitoring, climate change, governance, policy, practice, and recreational fishing. It's huge, right? And it's something that, I think this is the 11th World Recreational Fisheries Conference. The first one was in Dublin in 1996. And since that time, the attendance has gone up, the diversity of participants has gone up, the topics have evolved based on emerging issues with recreational fisheries. Sorry, it's been a long day. So it is really a rapidly growing industry in many parts of the world in terms of recreational angling, and what's reflecting that, and it's also in a changing world, right? Climate change, declines of certain species because of commercial fishing, sometimes commercial fisheries and recreational fisheries co-occur, and it's the same species, so there's all those complications. And so what I really want to do is emphasize that, one, recreational fishery science is its own discipline. Like, it is a massive discipline that many of us participate in, and I think, again, the importance of this conference is it's not just scientists, but we've got government officials, we've got managers, we've got practitioners, we've got fishing guides. There's a massive contingency from Australia that's here, from all their peak bodies around the country. And those organizations are like intermediaries between the recreational anglers and the government, and understanding their perspectives and their challenges and talking to them allows us to reflect on what's happening in other parts of the world. That's the value of these conferences, where we bring so many different people together with different challenges and sometimes the same challenges. And sometimes it makes you feel better. And we're like, yeah, you're not the only one that's dealing with issue X with this species or similar species. So it's a busy conference. There's still 3 more days to go. It's exhausting. It's fun. There's lots of interactions. Yes, there is some fishing involved. A lot of times when you're in this field, you do some fishing. There's a great estuary down here. I'm going to go throw a line in there later today for sure. But I just also wanted to reflect on the fact like this room was very busy today with lots of people, great plenary talks. Yeah, there will be more. I will try to squeeze in another episode of Home Water Dispatch, kind of wrapping up some things that I've learned, how it is important to the everyday angler. What does it mean when all this stuff gets translated and basically gets into your hands? What can you do with it? How can you advocate for your recreational fishery? How can you work with scientists? How can you work with the government? So the long and short of it, recreational fishing is huge. We have this great conference that happens every 3 years. I'm not sure where it's going to be in 3 years from now. I'm on the International Science Board, and at some point we will look at bids and we'll see where it's going to be in 2029. Holy smokes. But until that time, if you're a student and you like to go fishing and fishing is in your, you want to make a career out of it from a scientific standpoint, consider the disciplines, the kind of niche discipline of recreational fishery science and all the things that go into it, and if you're a recreational angler, know that this is where a lot of the best practices come from the science, whether it's the governance or policy or catch and release best practices. So yeah, this is a very important conference that's not just for the scientists, but it's also for the common good of all the recreational anglers out there, and thinking about the sustainable future for the fish in your home waters. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I'm going to get ready for the next day of the conference. And so stay tuned for more episodes of Home Water Dispatch. Bye.